Although when I think of short squeezes now, I think of Archegos, which, of course, does not fit what you were just describing. It was an enormous family office run by a gentleman who had a very strong reputation, at least for being a good investor, who, I don't know, apparently kind of went crazy. My words.
Well, hold it just a sec, because we're finding out that Credit Suisse took a position in Discovery. They must have really liked it, right? Because they held on to it.
Well, I mean, listen, for quite a while, it was really working in Discovery and Viacom for Archegos. And the reason we're mentioning this again is because it does appear that they have finally sold out of everything that was left in terms of liquidating from the swaps and the positions that went bad. Credit Suisse already having taken a $4.7 billion write-down, fired people. One would have thought they were already past it. But late yesterday, we reported, oh, no, 22 million Discovery C's for sale. I think it was 19 million of the A's. They got done, Jim. It got done. But again, you know, you had plenty of people in there shorting the stock who finally gave it up as it went up over 100%. And Viacom went up well over 100%. Both have come down sharply, though Discovery has held up better. Let me just tell you where those got done. They're written down somewhere. Yeah, 32.35 is what I have. It got done on the C's, and 38.40. There it is on the A's. So you can see you're already bouncing off of where they finally sold that. But I mean, you know, to expect that yesterday you'd see even more, another billion, I don't know, $1.5 billion worth of stock, Jim. It's quite a story.
Well, I think that it's also at this point textbook about how not to handle when you get stuck. Goldman Sachs, remember when they dumped all theirs that they got from this firm?
Yes.
Credit Suisse, were they playing the market? I mean, I don't know. One of the things that Goldman always taught me was it's a dry cleaner. You take it in, you get rid of it as fast as possible. These guys were trying something else. And I don't know, David, in the old days, I used to say they were stupid or chowderheads. You know, I used to be very derogatory. I dropped that entirely. Because I'm an ambassador of goodwill.
You are.
I think it was ill-advised the way they handled it.
Yeah, it would appear to be. And by the way, they're still suffering the ramifications at Credit Suisse, including the potential for, as you might imagine, people leaving the firm. You know, you're talking about a lot of compensation based on their stock, long-term compensation plan based on profitability, again in stock. It's a difficult time for them at that firm, given what's going on, not just because of the loss, but because of potentially the loss of significant staff as well, Carl. But as for Archegos and that, it does appear that was it. Although you can never say it with complete certainty, because I haven't talked to Mr. Wang. I don't know exactly, but that is what I'm hearing, that those were the last of the Discovery shares. The last of the Viacom shares have been disposed of. Nomura is out. UBS is out. CS is out, Morgan Stanley's out, Goldman Sachs, as Jim pointed out, got out before anybody else. They had identified it as a potential issue, I think, in a time to sort of have everything ready to go when they knew they had to pull the plug on him. But we'll still try to answer a lot of unanswered questions involving the overall story as we move along, Carl.
Well, David, is it possible that Credit Suisse, they were mentally quarantined? Mentally quarantined.
I'm trying to understand exactly what that would mean. It just means that there are certain areas in their mind they weren't allowed to travel to that might have allowed them to act in a more
like their this part
manner. Yeah.
You know, this part, the cerebellum. What is this over here?
Yeah.
They didn't have that. Maybe that was on vacation.
I don't know what that is on there.
I don't know, David. Mentally quarantined.
Mentally quarantined. I like that, Jim. Did you just coin that here, or is that something you've been thinking about for a while?
I Coinbased it just now.
I just Coinbased it. Good for you. Well done.
Yeah,
I'm going to use it. I'm going to use that one.
Thank you.
Son, I think you're mentally quarantined.
It's better than ill-advised. I've overused ill-advised. I'm mentally quarantined. Carl, I don't know. If you're mentally quarantined, I don't really know how you run a firm. But you know what? It's good to be quarantined if there's a problem. Right? Self-quarantine.
Self-mentally quarantined. You can compartmentalize like that.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.